the
Thank
cloud.
you.
There we
Yay.
go. All right, I'm
Nice.
going to leave this one, make you the host again. Let's see, Julie. All right, you should be good, Julie. Everything should be set up now, thankfully.
You are amazing. Thank you, my dear.
Yes, yes, no problem. Good luck. And if for some reason, just text me and I can always jump back on if something's going, but it shouldn't. I mean, we should be
Yeah.
all good now.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Good luck, guys.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Rachel.
Yes, bye.
Yay. All
So it's just
right.
where did
Now we
Matt go?
just,
Matt was like, I'm not gonna get on here this early with these two chicks.
I know. She was doing it with Matt's account. That's
Oh,
why.
okay. I was gonna say Matt was on here. Now he's not.
I know.
So it's just you and I. Hello, friends.
Hello.
How are you
So we
doing?
should have some people hopping on here pretty soon. Well, it's only 1:23, but still.
It's fine. I wanted you to get on early with me. This
I
is
know. I know.
I have my list. What I did was I took your list so I wouldn't miss any bullet points, and I took
Yes.
it and I have it here.
Yay.
So that's what you put on the Facebook page as the topics of conversation. So I will
Yes.
shall be going it.
Hi, Aracelli's on. Hey. Hi, Araceli.
Hello, hello.
Hello, this is Araceli. Yeah,
Hi,
good.
how
How are
are you?
you?
We have a deal
Yeah.
going on right now. Catherine's your processor. Have you spoke to Catherine yet?
Yes, I
Awesome.
did.
Awesome.
Oh, I'm so excited. She's brand new, but she's just rocking and
Well,
rolling.
man, she just jumped in with all her whole. She didn't just put her toe in. She has
She
jumped
jumped
in.
in 100%. Yes. So,
Miss
Araceli,
Christine.
before we get
Oh,
a whole bunch of
sorry.
other, I have a question for Angie right before everybody else hops on. So, what I'm thinking, and I mean, you tell me how you want it. Oh, Christine's on too. Should we have people mute and just, if they have questions, just put them in the chat and then we'll get those
No,
later? Or
I'm
Sure,
fine on
sure.
anything. Yeah, we can do whatever. We can be all chatty
chatty,
McChatterson right
chatty?
now.
Okay.
Like right now, everybody can be open mic.
Interactive.
Open
Okay.
mic. We'll call it
Yeah.
open mic at the moment. Let's open mic it until I
Okay.
get started in the presentation, and then I'll ask everybody to mute so that way there's like not background noise on some of it. And then if anybody has a question, they can just chime in.
Yes,
All
thank
right. That
you.
sounds
Welcome.
good. Okay. And so the other thing is, I'm gonna do a quick little when after a few minutes, we'll give I mean, obviously it's not even 1:30 yet, but we'll give people a few minutes to hop on. I'm gonna do a quick like a 30-second sneak peek for our May 12th event.
All right, that sounds good. I like that.
Yeah, well, I have people's attention.
Yeah, no. You're completely welcome to use this opportunity and platform to get all the information out there. And that's
Yeah,
my class anyway that I'll be hosting.
I know exactly.
I will
Yeah.
be happy. I will be happy to have you promote it, my friend.
Yeah, I just figured I'd do a super quick thing and get
Yeah,
people
sounds good.
excited about it, and then I'll, because it'll be a good week and a half, 2 weeks before I really start promoting it heavily. But
Sounds good to me. I'm good.
yeah.
Let's see. I think the lighting might be better here. What do you think?
Bup, 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 bup.
Oh God.
So hi, Christine Lynn. Good to see you.
Hey,
Hey, I'm glad you're on.
I made it.
Yay. I'm
You always make
glad.
it. You always make it.
I don't know,
Yes.
but I make it a lot.
You know, and that makes me proud. How you holding it down out in OV?
Oh, hey, no, no. I'm waiting on to hear back on one in Hampton right now.
Oh, okay.
And I got a listing coming up in June, so
All right. Well, I got a seller friendly processor if you want me to handle it.
yes, you are.
We'll close.
Awesome.
I can't wait for you to have something around you your way, and we can I want to come out to Ocean View and we can close it at the property. I
Okay.
know that's I know that's I know that's good for you. How have you been holding it down in the neighborhood? Have you gotten anywhere with things?
No, this neighborhood's crazy. Like
Dang,
this neighborhood's
you
crazy.
just had such good you had such a good
I've got I did get control of the Facebook page.
Good. Okay. And you've
But
been
I have to
posting
act,
stuff about the
that is
neighborhood?
mine. But I'm telling you, a bird crosses the road and everybody's got to know about it. Like, these people are nuts. I do post monthly on there though, like the stats and stuff for the neighborhood. But I got another swell agent in the neighborhood too, so
Ah, well, there's a
yeah,
lot of people.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
So I kind
Um,
of got to be respectful of like I don't want to step on you, so don't step on me
I
type stuff.
get it. Just don't knock on their neighbor's door. Like,
Right,
but you can always case that neighborhood, especially if you get a listing in that neighborhood. You definitely need to be out promoting the listing in there.
right.
So
Yeah,
I hope that happens for you soon.
me too. Me too. It was actually a slow start for me this year, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
Good. Good. Uh-oh. Jason.
Jason. Is that Jason Winger? Jason, you gonna say hello?
Jason's like, damn it.
Oh, they caught me.
His mic's off. He just maybe it's not on his side.
Oh,
But we're early. So
yes, we are. It's only 1:29, so yeah. And Kathy Kuntz, that's good. Awesome. Hi, Kathy.
Julie is y'all's official greeter.
Hi
Your
there.
official.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna greet everybody.
Your hostess with the mostest over here.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a few minutes to let people hop on, and just kind of.
I am perfectly fine. I got your message saying you're going live. That was cool. Thanks for that reminder.
Yes, I decided to do that, and I set that up this morning and scheduled it so that I wouldn't have to rush and do it at the last second.
There is what else? There's something coming on this weekend. I like plants, so I'm just gonna go personal with y'all for a minute. I'm a plant
Yeah.
lover. Let me show y'all my plants in the
Oh, yes. And
Okay.
before you do that, Suchi and
All right, say hello. You got
and
the
Bree.
reader.
Bree. Hi, Bree, and hi, Suchi.
Hi.
All right, here's my plants. Got plants everywhere.
Oh, love
Got
it.
plants way over there. I don't know if you can see them. And then I got my little propagations.
Oh,
See you guys. So
yeah.
speaking of plants, there is in Norfolk this weekend. There's a plant show. So you will catch me there after I do my.
Yay. Hi, Jeanette.
Hi, how y'all
I'm so
doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm so glad you could make it.
Yeah, I've been out of town. I just flew back in last night. I've been out of town for a couple of weeks and not feeling that great, so I'm gonna turn the camera off of me, but I want to come on and say hi, but I'll be
Oh,
right
well, you
here.
look lovely. I love your glasses.
Thank you.
Thanks for logging on.
Thank
I
you. How y'all
know.
doing?
I know Zoom is awkward for some of y'all, and the ones I am not ragging on y'all. I mean, at least Christine's got a photo on here, and I feel like I'm looking at her, even though she's not live. But
Yeah,
for
that's a
those
nice
of you,
picture of
I know
her.
it is a good picture of her. But for those of you that feel comfortable getting on the video, I appreciate that. So, but those of you
And
that don't want to be, it's cool. I understand because I probably would be, you know,
And
I
is that, I'm sorry to interrupt, but is that Anthony? I see you're on. Is that Anthony Leggett?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Awesome. Okay, I just want to make sure because you had texted me and I want to make sure you were able to log
Yes,
on. So
ma'am.
that's
Yes, ma'am.
awesome. And one of the reasons I'm making sure that I know who each of you are is because I'm writing your names down too, because in the first email I sent, I mentioned that we're going to have a drawing. So some but one lucky person is going to win a gift card today. So what I'm doing is writing everybody's name down and I'm going to put everybody's name in a little bowl and I'm going to pick somebody. Somebody's going to win.
It's
When
for
it
gas card, and that way
Yeah, yes.
you guys can put like 3 gallons of gas in
I
your
know,
car.
and that's what I
That's
thought.
fine.
I thought about that. I thought, you know what, I should give him a gas card.
I'm just playing. I just thought
No, I'm serious. That was one of the thoughts I had today, is that I should give him a gas card. Yeah,
well, I know as agents we'd be burning up the streets, and it's definitely a
seriously.
high time for gas right now. But I
Yeah,
was just looking for a way to lighten the moment.
right. And that Edward Johnson?
Is that Christina? I
Yes,
see
hey,
you.
how you doing, Julie?
Good to see you.
Hi,
Doing
Edward.
good. Hey, how you doing?
Good,
Hi.
good. I'm
Right.
excited
Never
to
seen
see
you in
on here.
person, but hi. Jeanette.
I hope y'all are prepared. This is a 2.5 hour meeting. You cannot log off. You'll be here for 2.5 hours.
Oh, no,
Look, I
yeah,
saw my eyeballs. Suchi was like,
I know.
"What?"
They're like, wait, what?
I might have to take my my video camera down and just check out, but leave the computer on.
No, it's
God.
going to be what, like an hour maybe with questions.
Probably, I mean, at the most. Well, if
Yeah.
I can get through everything and we get done sooner, that's fine. I'll leave the end open for questions and answers. If some of y'all have to log out at that point, just because you heard the content and you don't have any other things to chime in, then you don't have to stay on for the questions and answers. But if you have a question, stay on long enough to get your question in.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Who I'm
Yeah,
missing?
so we're
Somebody
going to be kind of interactive, but you can always just put your question in the text too, and we'll get to that.
Before we get started, Bree, I'm gonna call you out, so get ready. Bree's on the screen. I know that you guys have probably heard from Bree through a phone call or a text reaching out. Bree is our inside sales. She is the one that keeps me in line most of the time. I know that's hard for Bree. We always say agents are like herding cats sometimes, but I'm like a wild feral cat for Bree, I'm sure.
That's all I mean.
So
Yeah,
thanks, Bree, for
Bree
coming
is
on.
awesome.
Bree is awesome. Bree, you have anything to say to any of our swell agents?
No, it's nice to see all of y'all, at least virtually, and I am excited to hear what you have in store for us, Angie.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I got a list. Julie's making me stick to the list, but if you guys
no, you can veer from it.
Okay, cool. Okay.
So it's 1:35. One of the, and I'm sure we'll have some other people still hopping on, but one of the things before Angie gets started, I'm going to, well, I'm super excited about what we've got coming up next month in May. So I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to tell you, you might want to put this on your calendar now, because I'm not going to start emailing about it till probably another 10 days or so. But on May 12th, it's a Tuesday, we're going to have an event at Title Quest. We have Paul Scarborough, who is a short sale guru, so to speak. And some of you may have already used him before, because I've referred him to many agents, and I've certainly seen an uptick in short sales in the last year or so. And I wouldn't surprise me if we are going to see an even bigger uptick in the next, near future. But I've done, because I've been in the business long enough, especially 10 to 15 years ago, I did probably I was a listing agent for probably 40 short sales. So I'm very familiar with them. But Paul Scarborough is I don't know how to describe. I mean, he's just incredibly good at negotiating the short sale process with the mortgage companies, the lien holders for the seller. And he's going to come and speak to anybody that wants to show up. And we may be able to do it on Zoom also, but I don't know for sure yet.
It'd be better to be in person.
It would be better to be in person. But it's so, and obviously when you have a seller that is in a hardship situation for one reason or another, and they owe more than what their house is worth and they need to sell, it's likely that the short sale might be the best option for them. So it'd be really, really, really smart. Even if you don't have that situation going on now, you may in the future. So educate yourselves so that you can, be prepared for it. But even as a buyer's agent, it would be really, really, really smart to know how to handle it from a buyer's agent perspective. So anyway, put it on your calendar. It's going to be May 12th, and you'll hear a lot more from me about it as we get a little bit closer. I'm excited about it because Paul Scarborough is just the best. I mean, he's the best. And a lot of you have used him. No, I don't know a lot of you, but I've referred a lot of you to him when you have clients in that situation. So it's gonna be really, really good. Anyway, we've got a few other people coming. So anyway,
Hold on, Suji's trying to say something. I see her unmuted, but I can't hear her. It's weird.
Have a time on this place where it is going to be?
Yeah, I was about to say, look, can y'all read this? This is kind of cool. I did it both ways because you know how that verse is. So I wrote it backwards as well. So we're talking about May 10th, and it'll be in the morning here.
No, it's May 12th. It's May 12th.
Oh my goodness, thanks.
May 12th at 10 in the morning.
All right.
It's a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
And that's going to be here before you know it. It's only about 3 weeks away, or 3.5 weeks away.
Okay, thank you.
At 10 a.m.
Yep.
Look at me. I'm literally doing it backwards. I'm pretty daggone impressed with myself because I did it both ways, real super fast too. Does that look good? Okay. May 12th?
Yes. Yes, that's right.
Bear with me because the reverse is images, so I had to write that backwards for y'all. So I'm gonna give it one time. So we're talking about the short sale negotiation. Paul Scarborough will be in person. He's got a wealth of knowledge. He's been doing this a really long time. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been doing this long enough to know that as an agent, you don't want to take on both responsibilities. Being the negotiator with the bank on a short sale, to make a deal work, trying to think that you can do it or thinking that you can save the money for your client and make it work better if you don't involve a short sale negotiator is like, I don't know. It's like trying to change the brakes on your car.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's ever had to do that. My dad made me do it, and it was the worst thing I've ever had to do on a vehicle. I've changed the tire and I've changed the oil, but just don't try it. Don't have the knowledge in the room with Paul on how he can explain what he does to assist. And we are unfortunately tracking to go into a time in our industry coming quickly. We're going to see more short sales, and you guys should be prepared for that.
Yeah.
So,
hey, Angie, real quick, just to be clear, is that at the Greenbrier location?
It is, and I didn't write that backwards, Edward. So thank you for telling me.
And trust me, you're gonna get emails from me, you're gonna get texts from me, and it'll be on our Facebook swell.
Yeah, but writing it on your calendars now is very good. Thank you guys for doing that. Put it on your calendar. It's going to be in Chesapeake at the Greenbrier Title Quest, May 12th, 10 a.m. We'll be done by 11:30. We have to be done by 11:30 because this is out of the 3 Title Quest offices. Greenbrier is our hub office. It houses all of our processors. So if I don't have y'all out of the kitchen by like 11:45, I'm going to get daggers through the glass. I'm going to get,
They're going to kick us out.
It is lunchtime. It's lunchtime.
But it's going to be so good. So plan to be there. But put it on your calendars. But I wanted to say hello really quick to Khalil and Mahmoud. I'm so glad to see you here. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that's popped in the last few minutes. Dawn J, I don't think I know you. So
Christina Fleck is on here. You didn't say hi to her.
Well, you're right, I didn't. Christina Fleck.
Hey, girl.
I'm driving. Hey.
It's good.
Hey, oh, that's right. I think you said that. Yes, I'm so glad. Just drive safe.
All good. Will do.
Okay, so I think as people come in, just come on in, and Angie, you want to go ahead and
get started. I got a list.
Started. And you know what? If you have questions and you want to just put them in the chat, go ahead. We will get to them. But we can be interactive also here. So
Yeah, if anybody has, if you could mute yourselves just in case you have any background noise. If I hear something, I might stop and be like, does somebody have something to say? So if you have something that you want to say right away, you don't have to write it in the chat. I'm okay with being distracted because I have a list. So I'm going to stick to my list. If I didn't have this to me, then distracting me would be like really hard. So Bree is going to let me know when we get close to the time that we need to wrap things up. I have a feeling I'll have things wrapped up well before the time. And that is, again, no more than an hour. Well, at this point, it's 45 minutes. I will be able to wrap this up, I'm sure, in 30 minutes and leaving about 15 minutes for questions and answers. So, and I'm going to bring up situations that you maybe have experienced. You're welcome to give some feedback on something on the topic of what I'm speaking of, but I'm going right into it. Mostly what I am on here for, and I am super grateful that we have this many people on the Zoom call for all of you to take the time out, because the purpose of this was to show what TitleQuest has that you guys might not be aware of. We're not just a title company that provides the settlement services. It's good to know all of the things that we have. And I'm glad I have a list because there's a lot. And I actually just noticed there's 2 things that aren't even on the list. So I'm going to say that right off the bat. I don't know if everybody knows this, but TitleQuest has, we have been around for more than 30 years, about 35 years. I myself have been in real estate settlement title insurance for going on, this is my 29th year. And yes, I look like I've been in the industry for almost 30 years. Anyway, so with that said, we have a wealth of knowledge in this office with TitleQuest. So we also handle anything in Virginia. So if you have a client who's selling a piece of property, they live here and they're selling a piece of property anywhere in Virginia, Northern Virginia, Richmond, whatever, we can handle that for you guys. So we'll talk about closing locations and the services that we provide for people not in the area as well. And we do commercial and residential. So all of Virginia, commercial, residential, and Northeast North Carolina, commercial and residential. And that would be all the way to the Outer Banks. So anything from Elizabeth City to the ocean and to the Outer Banks. And we have our own title examiners. So the only thing that we would outsource is anything outside of the Hampton Roads area. We do have to hire freelancers or outsource our title searches. Other than that, we handle everything in-house. Underwriting is in-house. Our examiners are all full staffed employees. That means we can turn things around faster, more efficiently, and we're cheaper. We try to keep our costs low. So going into it, the first thing on this list is title insurance. So I'm going to move that down. I know that Julie likes me to talk about title insurance, but I feel like title insurance is not sexy. I don't want to talk about it. But I will talk about it because it is the most important feature to the purchase transaction. So I will, when I get to title insurance, I'll give you guys what I say to the buyer at the closing table. And there may be some of you that have heard me give the spiel, but there's a lot on here that have not heard me say what I tell the buyers at the closing table, whether or not they've purchased several properties or this is their very first time home purchase, because I did a closing about a week ago with buyers who have purchased multiple properties in different states, and they did not know some of the things about title insurance and were grateful to the point where they are going to contact closing companies that they have properties still in their possession that they don't even know where their title insurance policies are. So they're going back and they're retaining copies of their policies from properties they still own that they don't know where their documents are. So we'll talk about that too when we get to title insurance. But I want to show you guys, and this is the first thing that I love visuals. I don't want you to hear my voice and just listen to me talk and see my face. I want to see if I can give a visual. I didn't control the Zoom, but I create it. But I think I can, Julie, I think I can take over the screen. And if I can take over the screen, I'm going to show y'all something on the on our page, which is TitleQuest.net. So if y'all want to do your own thing, since you're sitting around the computer and or not driving and would like to go to TitleQuest.net, I want to show you a few things that we here at TitleQuest have featured on our website. And I'm just going to minimize this until I can see if I can share the screen. Hang on one second. Bear with me. Technology is not my forte, but I can share screen. And if I can't, I'm just going to walk it through you really quick. It's super simple. I'm not even going to spend time on it. And this is going to be, we can take your client's earnest money deposit directly from our website. I don't know if you guys have done it yourself or walked clients through the process, but I'm going to tell you about it. So if you go to my website at titlequest.net, which I'm talking while I'm trying to get it in here, and I don't see where I can share the screen, so don't worry about it. So if you go to titlequest.net, there's a section on here that says submit EMD. When they click this link, your clients, your buyers, it'll take them to the next screen that'll show them Hampton Roads. Automatically, people are going to do that. Hampton Roads. When they click on the Hampton Roads, it will take them to a third-party page. The third-party page is supplied by our escrow account, which is Town Bank. Town Bank controls this third-party page. I'm not going to walk y'all through any more other than one very important thing, and I'm going to give you the safety net for this very important thing. The important thing when submitting an earnest money deposit, I would say with any closing company, if they're doing a virtual or a online earnest money deposit, not physically just dropping a check off, which they can do that to us. They can drop a physical check off. I'll tell you about that too. If we are receiving an earnest money deposit, we have to receive earnest money deposit through a transfer from their routing and account number only. Savings account, checking account, doesn't matter. They cannot use their credit and debit card. So this is the safety net for what I've just said. If you are, going to give a contract over to TitleQuest and your buyer needs to get their earnest money deposit secured, the easiest and the biggest, safest way, and to take it off your back so nothing gets done incorrectly, and so you don't have to handhold anybody, just open up a text message between me, yourself, and your buyer. And you can text me beforehand, or you don't have to, because I know the protocol. I have it happen to me all the time. I see a group text come across, and the very first message is from the agents introducing me to the buyer. Hey, Angie, I've got Mr. and Mrs. Smith in this text. If you could please help them get their earnest money deposit secured. That is all you need to say. And then within the text group, I will walk them through step by step on their options. I will first tell them they have 3 options. We can do a wire transfer from their account where they order a wire transfer from their bank. We can do an earnest money deposit transfer with our website, which we will give them titlequest.net. I walk them through. I say, please do not use your credit or debit card, even though it says that you can. It is a platform supported by Town Bank, so the option has to be there. But I walk them through it so they don't make any mistakes. And then the third option, TitleQuest has 3 offices. We have an office in Virginia Beach and I almost said Town Center. Don't go to Town Center. We do not have an office in Town Center. We have an office in Virginia Beach, and it's off of Lynn Haven Parkway on Viking Drive. And if you know anything about Lynn Haven and Viking Drive, it cuts across and has 2 sides across Lynn Haven. We are on the side opposite of the post office. But anyway, if you guys need the address, I can give it to you. We have an office, again, in Lynn Haven on Viking, and we have an office in Greenbrier, right here on Greenbrier Parkway, where I'm sitting right now in Chesapeake, and we have an office in Harborview in Suffolk. Just so you know, and you guys can ask me this again later, you're not going to remember a lot of the things I'm telling you. That's why I'm here. Call me or text me anytime. 2 things that we have in 2 of our offices. We have a drop box in our Harborview office. So if somebody's not there and your client wants to just drop the EMD in a locked, secured box, they can do that there. And we also have an outside of the building night box behind our Greenbrier office. I don't know how many times this has happened where somebody had to have their earnest money deposit in under the final hour, and they dropped it in our drop box, and they were frantically stressing that they needed to let the seller side know that the earnest money deposit was secured. Then they call me and they're like, I don't know if my clients dropped the earnest money deposit check off. It was due on Monday. Here we are on Thursday. And we will check our night box because sometimes it gets stuck in the side, and we'll unlock it. And we're like, here's the earnest money deposit. It was dated Monday. We got it. It's all good. So that night box is a definite help. So we have a night box too if you ever have anybody that wants to drop a check off after hours. So lots of ways to secure the EMD, but I can walk this through with your client. And if you do, like I said, the group chat where you guys open it, you will actually live see me secure your client's earnest money deposit, and you'll know it's been done right there in the group chat. So that's earnest money deposit. Also on our website, we have the ability for you to do a buyer quote calculator. Most of the time, agents aren't doing buyer quote calculators, but loan officers, our lenders really like using our quote calculator on our website. I have a lot of lenders that use our quote calculator for their buyers, and they're not even using us because it's that accurate and it's that helpful. So there's a seller net sheet on our website as well, and that leads into Title Toolbox. Without a show of hands, because I don't see any faces. Sorry. So how many of you have used Title Toolbox? Don't answer the question. Just in your mind, I want you to say yes, me, or no, me. Ed, Jason, you came off. Do you have Title Toolbox? I saw Jason come off of his mic. So anyway, Title Toolbox is a way for you guys to have free access to a platform that TitleQuest pays for. It's a way for you to farm neighborhoods and a way for you to gather information on an individual property or a plethora of properties within a neighborhood. It's good to dial into neighborhoods with this. You can find out phone numbers for the people that own the properties to reach out to them. You can find out if they have any loans on their properties, if they own cash, if they're aged out. You can look for retirement opportunities for people moving because of retirement. It also shows you if a death certificate has been filed in the neighborhood that you've been farming. In Virginia Beach, it'll show you if a divorce has been filed for potential divorce. And all of that's public information that you would have to go to the courthouse or gain access on your own and have to look for. This Title Toolbox gives you the ability to go on and do all of this research, and we pay for your access for it. The only thing you would ever have to pay for if you wanted to is the option to like print out certain things if you wanted to have certain information printed, such as the list of all of the properties that have VA loans, the list of properties that have FHA loans, VA loans that are older than 5 years in this neighborhood. And if you want phone numbers and contact information, you pay for that. But it's literally like 7 cents a pull. And again, if you want this access, you need to reach out to Bree and I, which Bree, for those of you that didn't wave, Bree, she's on here right now. She's in the other room working. That's Bree. Bree's our in-house sales. Thank you, Bree. Bree supports me 100%. Reach out to Bree or I after, and we can make sure that you get access if you don't already have access to Title Toolbox. We just need your email address and your name. And then the next thing on the list, switching gears, is after Title Toolbox, our ability for closing. So I did mention that we have 3 offices. I travel outside the office. I may have done a closing outside of the office for somebody on here before. I'm not always available to go out of the office, but if you plan ahead, like I just planned one today for a Williamsburg closing that's not closing until the end of May, but that was something I went ahead and just added to my calendar now. If permitted and scheduled ahead of time, I am very happy to do closings out of the office as long as it's going to be fun and we do it at the house possibly. I'm just joking. It's always fun. I have lots of fun at my closings. The other thing is the other abilities of us. Obviously, we can hit a notary up in any area in the United States. We also have services through RON, R-O-N, Remote Online Notary Services. RON services are a way for us to be virtual on the screen, and I am a notary to be able to handle a closing on the screen. So we don't even have to involve a third party that has to monitor and notarize the documents. It's me that can actually notarize the documents with the client. So they just have to have strong Wi-Fi. They have to have a video camera, and they have to have a phone that also has a camera. Other than that, those are super simple. We actually prefer a RON, a remote closing, for our seller side closings, unless they want to come into one of the offices here in Hampton Roads. If they're not in the area, even if they're in Germany, another country, I don't care where they are, if we can get good Wi-Fi connection from them, we can handle a closing anywhere in the world. So you want to know that, there's that. And it's about the same price as sending a notary to someone's house here in the States. It's not expensive. It's a very nominal cost for the features that it offers. So those can be our saving grace in situations. So again, we have the remote online notary abilities. The attorney alliance that we have, you guys may have come out to the office when Kevin Hubbard was here speaking. Kevin hates it when I say this, but Kevin has been in the industry for forever. I think he started in real estate law in Hampton Roads when I was born. Nobody laughed. I'm just joking. I know y'all are unmuted, and he would be pissed if I said that. But Kevin's been doing this a long time. He is a well-respected attorney at Pender and Coward. He's one of the board members and one of the owners at Pender and Coward. He was also a substitute judge in the city of Chesapeake. Thank God he's not on here because he would be mad I'm telling you all this stuff about him. I just want y'all to know how much of an asset that Kevin is with Pender and Coward and how much he makes me look good. I was just on the phone with him a minute ago, right before we started, arguing, not with him, but the buyers that we have closing tomorrow are arguing that they just found out from their appraisal yesterday that came in that the property is 400 square feet less than what the listing showed. And so the house is 1,900 square feet. So that's literally a quarter of the house almost. That's not even the square footage that was in the listing. So of course we got Kevin involved. He's getting on the phone. They're trying to make things work. That's a huge issue. And it's nice to be able to pick up the phone and call the attorney and get that stuff squared away. So that's the purpose of us having this partnership and having Kevin involved. So that again is our attorney alliance with Pender and Coward. Kevin Hubbard being our Virginia contact. And we also have North Carolina, as I said earlier. We obviously handle Northeast North Carolina closings, buyer and sellers. And you would be dealing with obviously our North Carolina attorney, but also with Pender and Coward. And his name is Richard Bymiller. And so super easy and very convenient for us to have these services for y'all. Just reach out to me if you have questions after about the attorney service division as well that we have. We talked about the locations. We talked about our website where they can go on and I can handhold them with securing their earnest money deposit. We have classes. We have the class on May 12th we talked about. So we try to do a class once a month. One of the classes I'm trying to get set up is probably going to be in June, and that's going to be an AI class. I know we're all just like AI, and it's still kind of a touchy, if not uncomfortable subject for a lot of people. I'm 47 years old, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's uncomfortable for me just because I'm not techie, so it forces me into even more of a techie, uncomfortable situation. But I know that for my job and the importance of what I do in sales, I have to embrace this. So with the AI classes we have coming up, there's two things that'll help you is the ways to use AI to help your business. And the second one that we're going to be teaching on soon is going to be the things that you can be doing right now in your social media posts, your Facebook, your Instagrams, your YouTube, if you have YouTube, anywhere, if you have Twitter, if you have LinkedIn, keywords and things that you can attach, keywords most importantly, that you can put in your current social media pages and your platforms, your websites, your landing pages that will actually draw AI to you and to those things that you're posting. And we already know right now, millennials, especially young people, they're getting dumber. We know it because they're using AI more often. But that is where we need to be a little bit ahead of the curve. We need to go ahead and position ourselves as salespeople, as business owners right now, that when a young person or anyone goes online and goes on an AI tool and they type in, I live in Hampton Roads, what's a good agent to use? Who's the best agent? Or what's the first few steps in home buying process? How do I get started? AI does not just think on its own and be like, oh, girl, I got you. Let me tell you what you should do. They don't do that. It actually sources from information that's currently posted on public sites. It's pulling areas. So when a client is searching within an area, it's pulling what area that person is. It's locating where you are. I mean, that's just where we are, guys. That's how freaky all this stuff is. It's pinpointing where that person is asking the question from, and it's pulling information from that area. So if you're doing the right things in your platforms right now, you will be highlighted in AI, not just Google, but AI too. So please keep that in mind. Those are the type of classes we'll be running coming up soon as well. The full service experience with TitleQuest, again, with our 3 offices, we have more than 30 employees here. And we have the ability, more than any other title company, attorney's office that I know of, that is anything that you guys need, I guarantee you we can handle. There's not much that we can't handle. Just recently, I just had to refer a contract over to the attorney, which I don't hardly ever do, because there is a wife who is missing. I'm not joking. She's missing. The husband hasn't heard from her since they got a divorce years ago. They can't find her. She doesn't have a phone anymore. She's completely MIA. I'm sorry, but we don't even know if she's not even alive anymore. So he wants to sell his property. So we have to go through the courts to be able to position him to be able to sell his property. But at least I knew what steps we needed to go to get him in that position. So there's nothing we can't do. We have access to a platform we pay for that actually finds people, like not like some deep stuff, like, you know, FBI type stuff. We're not FBI, but we pay for a source to be able to find stuff that it's Pacer. We're able to find some people that that most people can't find. So whatever y'all need, just know we can probably handle it, or we can source it for you. I talked about our in-house examiners and our in-house underwriting. We underwrite through 3 different national underwriters. And what that means for y'all is Title Quest is, most title companies have like 1 national underwriter, sometimes 2, if they're big enough and do a large enough production. And just like with y'all, when you go to a real estate brokerage, you hang your license, you're splitting your percentage with the brokerage because they have to survive too. I don't even know if you guys have much of a split here, but no matter what, that's me. That's what I'm here to support on the back end. So you guys can have a larger split is what I think I'm aware of. But no matter what, when you go to a brokerage, in most cases, you have to be able to pay some sort of dues, something to it. As a title company, we have to pay a portion of what we make in our title insurance to our national underwriters. We have if we have a small split, so we don't have to give them a lot. And the reason for that, and the reason why we have 3 more than most companies, is because we have the least amount of claims. We research our properties before closing better than most companies in the area. So there's not surprises after the fact, which leads me into the last one, which is the title insurance. The title insurance is going to support the things on the back end that we miss. And we are in an industry right now, and in a time, not an industry and time, where we are more susceptible at this time right now with public information than any other time to have your clients up for scams, susceptible to scams, fraud. So that being said, there's some things I want to touch on about title insurance. Title insurance still right now has a feature inside of it in the enhanced title insurance policy, because there's 2, standard and enhanced. The enhanced, I can tell you now, we can't offer enhanced on a property that has a major issue already that was discovered. We can still give standard if it's available. That doesn't happen very often, but I'm just mentioning the ones we can't do enhanced. We can't do enhanced on commercial, and we cannot do enhanced on land. So anytime that we are quoting title insurance, we are doing the higher one, the enhanced policy. The enhanced policy, in its word, enhanced. Enhanced is a policy that inflates over the sales price over time. So year over year, that buyer's owner's title insurance and enhanced goes up in value up to 150%. You bought the property for $100,000, that policy goes up to $150,000. So over time, that policy enhances. Another huge feature, which we probably will, I'm sure we did not know 20 years ago that the enhanced policy and this particular feature in the policy was going to be so important right now, but it is. It's called post-policy forgery. And the post-policy forgery is what is going to protect your buyers for any items that pop up where somebody forced an issue on title, such as somebody cashed out equity on your property. They put a lien on your property in your name, but you never did that. They forced it. They fraudulently put something on your property and scammed you. Somebody sold your property out from underneath you. All of that's what's covered in that enhanced owner's title insurance policy. So when I'm at the closing table, I don't like to take up too much time when I talk about the title insurance, but I do like to tell them what it is and why it's so important that they print the owner's policy after closing. So in tandem, near the end, I tell them, and you guys have probably already seen or heard this from your closings or your buyers after closing. Buyers are receiving lots of crap after closing. We know that. The deed of trust and the deed go to record, courthouse record. The deed of trust is where all the junk mail's coming from. So once the deed of trust gets filed, now with AI and public information, That deed of trust is now being sold, the information from it, across a platform that now gives it to tons of creditors, and just that's where all the junk mail's coming from. And it's even worse now with AI. So that being said, one of the forms the most popular is you guys are seeing where your buyers are getting after closing the letter saying that they're going to have to pay for a copy of their deed. Please send us $95 and we will mail you a copy of your deed, because that's the next step in home ownership. They really do make it seem like it's important and they need to do it. I tell the buyers at the closing table after closing, they're going to receive within a week of closing copies of their signed documents so they can save them to the computer. And then within 2 months of closing, because we have to make sure we get the filing back from the deed and deed of trust, we will issue their owner's title insurance policy. And 2 months of closing, we will email your buyers a copy of their owner's title insurance policy, and boom, a copy of that recorded deed, so they didn't have to pay nobody for it and get scammed. So I do explain that to them at the closing, and I do tell them it's important to print your owner's title insurance policy and put it in a safe place. The title companies are only liable for holding on to and retaining a copy of your owner's policy for 7 years. After that, we can destroy, if not purge, because of the cost of keeping data on file now. We have to purge our files after 7 years. So I tell your buyers, please print a copy of your deed and your owner's policy. Obviously, the deed will be in the courthouse records forever. You don't have to print it, but please print the owner's policy. And then when they refinance in the future, they're awarded any future discounts with their owner's title insurance, which they are rightfully able to use when they refinance. I should be close to the end. I guess I want to end it with yes, it matters where you close. So that's where I'll stop it. So I did a good job. I'm close to I said I'd be wrapped up around 30 minutes, so I'm a little under that. So I'll open the platform, our little Zoom call, to pictures, videos of your face. Get on the screen if you want.
Yeah.
And please ask me questions.
Yes, I have a question. I can't find, you said a title toolbox. Where is this?
Title toolbox. Good. Okay, great. I'm glad somebody asked about that. So Bree is right here. And if you would like, Bree, how would you like for Suchi to send you her email? I'm not going to make her spill it out right now, but can she just put it in the chat box right now, or do you want her to just email you?
You can email it to me.
Bree?
You want me to send my email?
Oh, Bree, I think your internet's lagging, or I can't hear you. You're frozen too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Bree's email in the chat box. Suchi, if you could take Bree's email right here and just shoot her a message, email, and then she will reply back with your access to Title Toolbox. And if that goes for anybody in the group, if you want the free access to the Title Toolbox, I'm going to put Bree's email address. I'm going to say it anyway. Then I'm going to put it in here. It's B for Bree, B Baker, B-B-A-K-E-R, B Baker at TitleQuest.net. And like I said, I'm actually going to put it in the chat box so you can see it there too. TitleQuest.net. So please, if anybody wants to be a part of that, please do not hesitate to send Bree an email. Then she'll know whatever email you're sending from is the email she's going to enter you into. And please, if you don't have like a signature line in your email, just write your first and last name in the email when you send it, just in case. Because my email is Angie and the Boys with a Z. And if I was to well, that's my personal email. If I was to send that, nobody would know other than being Angie possibly. But yeah, if you could send Bree, B Baker at TitleQuest.net an email, she will make sure that you gain access to Title Toolbox. Now, I'm letting you guys know right now, it's not our platform. We just pay for the ability to have access to it. It's branded to our name. It'll say Title Quest on it, but it is not ours. So if you have any difficulty with it, let me know. Logging on is sometimes a pain in the butt. You'll create a login and a password, and then you'll go back into it and it'll go, your password's wrong. Your password's right. Just try it a few times. Sometimes it takes a few extra attempts, but don't shoot the messenger. It is a great platform, but for some reason they're quirky at the very beginning with logging in, but it is well worth it when you get past that, if it even is a problem. All right, who's got the next question? Bree, did you have something to say? I saw Bree go. I saw Bree's mic come off. My bad. I'm like stalking this page right now. I see all of them. Does anybody else have a question?
Hey, Angie, this is Kathy Coons. Hi.
Hey, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Hi, I have a new listing coming up in the next probably week and a half. And this will be the first time I'm using Title Quest. So just some maybe, words of wisdom of how to, how I'll go about getting things set up and
Great. I'm so glad, Kathy. That's a drum. I'm talking about, this goes for everybody. You're all gonna, you don't have to write this down. Just know you can reach out to me or Bree for this. We have 2 dedicated processors, 2 swell agents. For the buyer side, it's Catherine Flora. Catherine is your buyer side coordinator from start to finish. So when you get your processor, this is your person from the very beginning until the closing, before me or one of my teammates come in and do the closing. You will be stuck with your processor. So we don't bounce things off. And then the next time you close with us, if it's a buyer again, you go with Catherine again. So you can become familiar with your processor. But we do have 7 processors here. So if you don't jive with a processor, let me know, because we also have some other processors here too. But on a seller side only, Kathy, to answer your question on that, Jen Morales handles our seller only files. And obviously y'all know the difference. Most of the time here these days, a buyer and a seller will choose separate settlement companies, and that's normal. So we have a cookie cutter routine on our seller side files, and we have a cookie cutter routine on our buyer side files. So that's why we have a dedicated processor that handles only seller side files, and we have a dedicated processor that handles buyer sides, and that's Jen Morales on seller sides, Kathy, and that is Catherine Flora on the buyer sides. And we do also handle both sides, and when we have both sides, you would have, again, one processor. So if you have both sides, buyer and seller, wish to close at Title Quest, then in most cases, Catherine's going to be handling and being your point person on everything. And then for a seller side only, if we are not handling both sides, if we're not on the buyer side, we are not able to wire your commission, but we will supply your wire instructions because we already have all of that. We will supply your wire instructions to the buyer's closing company if that's what you wish to have done with your commission. But on without anything, we do ask you the first time we've ever worked with you, we will set you up for a wire on your commission for a buyer side when we're handling the buyer side. Unless you want something different, we default to a wiring commission. We don't charge a fee for wiring commissions to our agents. And if you guys just so happen to be on the seller side of a transaction and your seller chose to close with a different closing company, we will still wire your commission if we're on the buyer side. So just so you know, we like to make sure that y'all get paid quickly. And when you see an email after closing, usually the next day, when you see an email come from Title Quest with the attached fully buyer and seller signed ALTA, that is our indication that we have hit wire, that we have submitted the request for the wire transfer. So there's a little bit of a reassurance being to know that when you receive after closing a fully signed ALTA, that we just requested for the wire to be put in line. That means that we're recorded in the courthouse. Go ahead.
Can I hop in here? Kathy, so do you need Jen Morales's email address so that you're whenever you're ready to send the file over there?
Yes, please.
Okay. Bree, can you send that over to her, or I mean I can too.
I'm writing that in the text box too, so you have it.
You want me to put my email?
I got it. I got that right there. It's in the chat box for you, Kathy.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And then for the future reference, Julie, when an agent has a contract to submit, whether or not they're on the listing side or the buyer side, is there somebody in the office that they reach out to when they're submitting contracts that can give them that information if they don't call me or Bree?
They can always reach out to me for sure. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
Of course. And Kathy, thank you. I appreciate you giving
Kathy,
Title Quest a try. That's so awesome. I'm excited.
Yes. Yep. So
thank you very much, Kathy.
Looking forward to it.
And on a seller side file, guys, we order a limited title search to be able to get a jump on the deed. I can't, and I do not ever want to rely on the buyer's closing company to give us the title search. Some of them don't even share the title search with us. So when we receive a title order and it's just the seller side only, we do automatically order the information from the courthouse that we need to get the deed prepared. So you'll never be waiting on us. So we do our own search for the deeds so that we can have that stuff done ahead of time. If you know that your seller is leaving town, if you know they're already out of town, if you know that they're incapacitated in some way, like, medically or whatever it is, I love having feedback on what's going on with the situation ahead of time. If I need to know that a seller is in another country or they're getting ready to leave the United States to go on vacation the week before they're closing, I want to know this stuff. So whatever you guys communicate, everything, even if it's a communication on a situation going on with a personality or a disability that your client has, whatever we can do to make the closing smooth, and we're catering to the needs of your client the way that you cater to the needs of your client, please share that information with us. We cater the services at TitleQuest based on each individual that you as the agent are working with. And we are perfectly fine with morphing and merging and contorting ourselves into whatever we need to make sure that you guys are having a good experience. So
Yes,
I need another question. Sorry.
Yeah, and while you're thinking of the question, I'm going to draw the name of the person, the lucky person that gets the gift card. So
look, hold on a minute, Julie. You're going to draw that, and then like 7 people are going to pop off the.
No, because you're giving such good information. But I just don't want people. Yeah, I want to do this. See I put everybody's name in here.
He's being fair.
So I'm gonna pick somebody's name. But anyway,
you didn't put your name in there, did you, Julie?
No. And I saw Madison pop in here too, so she's not eligible either.
Madison.
Jason Winger. Are you still on here, Jason?
Come on, Julie, you're not gonna let me win?
No. Jason, congratulations. Thank you for being on here. And I'm gonna mail you a gift card for some gasoline for your vehicle.
Unless he's got an electric car, and what's he gonna do with that?
I know. Do you have an EV?
But anybody have any other questions? Like I said, we're running good on time right now, but I definitely
come on, you guys.
Even if you think
you don't have an EV, okay?
I know. Give me a question. I need a good question.
Well, I have a comment.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, and then maybe this will, I don't know, hopefully get people to ask some questions, but I'm just gonna say my experience with the earnest money deposits is that you guys make it so easy. So I really appreciate that. And I know that my agents that have used TitleQuest have really, really appreciated that. And we all know how extremely important it is to get those earnest money deposits in on time, and TitleQuest makes it easy for us to be able to do that.
And I can handhold it. Don't think you got to take on any explanation at all. And that goes for anything, EMD, or trying to explain title insurance, or trying to explain our office locations. That's why I'm here. I am your relationship specialist, your friend at the title company that can get on the phone with your client, talk them off the ledge if they're things are going sideways. Just utilize my services here in Bree. We can we value the relationship we have with Swell, and we're always looking for ways to help you guys grow your business as well. So if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm gonna log off, but I hope I got one more. Anybody think?
No, come on, you guys. I know you've got more questions.
Hold on, people. There's something in the chat. Hold on.
Oh, let's see.
My client closed last April 9th, and the seller gave him a home warranty. Hold on a minute. I have a question. My client closed last April 9th, and the seller gave him a home warranty. That's good. You need a copy of it. I can see if we got one in the file. If we do, we give you a confirmation number. So if that's what it's about. If not, let me put my number in the group chat too. This is a good one. So if y'all have questions after we hang up, just shoot me a text message. So my number is 757-288-7306. And shoot, it wasn't even on. 757-288-7306. And you guys can text or call me anytime. I'm sales. I work on the weekends. I've been doing this a long time, so I know that you may need something at night, over the weekend, whenever. That's what I'm here for. So please do not hesitate to call me or text me anytime. If I don't answer, it is just best to shoot me a text message, because I may be in like something like this where I can just shoot you a message back saying I'll call you back at 2:45. So do not hesitate to reach me on my cell phone anytime. And I'm putting that in here again. So, all right, Bree, did I forget anything? Bree is frozen again. I don't know where she is in the building, but she's not in the right spot. But if nobody has any other questions, I guess I'll see y'all May 12th. Oh,
no,
I covered it all. She told me I covered it all, guys.
You covered it all. Well, you know what? I want to thank everybody for coming on, and thank you. And first of all, thank you, Georgette. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We really, really appreciate you hopping onto this Zoom call, and thank you, Angie. This has been super informative and helpful.
Thank
you. It's just I mean, I can tell you from of course I'm biased, but I'm also, I've had experience with plenty of other title companies in my, fairly long career. And I can honestly say that TitleQuest does it right. So if you haven't used them before, just give them a chance, reach out to Angie, reach out to Bree, and give them a chance, because they will work hard for you. They will.
Yeah. I'll see you soon, Kathy. Anybody else? And I have one more thing, and I did forget to say this. If y'all have not used TitleQuest before and you have your favorite person and your favorite closing company, I completely respect that. I have relationships. This is my 29th year. I have agents that have used me from the very beginning and have never used anyone else, or try not to ever use anyone else. So I respect those tight, loyal relationships. But because we're a partnership with Swell and we help y'all out on the back end, if you haven't used us at least one time, at least give us a trial one time, because of the opportunity of knowing what the services are like. So if you have a client that doesn't want to use your recommendation or wants to have a contact to reach out to a secondary person, I want y'all to have a comfort in knowing that if you do have to refer to us, that you already had an experience. So please take the opportunity to give us a shot at least one time.
Yes. Yeah, and I want to say that too. I mean, I believe me, I understand the loyalty you may have to other companies, because I was there several times in the past with other title companies, and I respect that. I really do. But if you wouldn't mind giving TitleQuest a chance, and honestly, I'd love to hear about your experience afterwards, and I know Angie would too.
Me too, for sure.
Yeah.
But thank you all for coming on. That's so cool. Everybody stuck around to the end.
I know. This is so awesome. You guys, listen, have a fabulous rest of your day. It's super, super hot out, so enjoy it. And
bye, Georgette.
And don't forget to put May 12th on your calendar. It's going to be fabulous, and we hope to see all your beautiful faces in person that day.
May 12th, 10 o'clock at the TitleQuest office in Greenbrier. And text me if you guys need Title Toolbox, if you have any questions or need anything at all. Hi, Janine. All right, y'all. Bye. Y'all be safe today.